Okay, the question comes from a Hong Kong Diploma of Secondary Education examination. It's question 13 from the 2023 exam. And these are really a series of exams. They're extensive. And I'm going to say they're challenging exams. And this is a good representation of a question from that exam. It says define g of x to be this. I see that. H of x to be that. I see that. Where a, b, and c are constants. They say when h is divided by g, the quotient and the remainder are equal. All right? Find the quotient when h of x divided by g of x. And the other question is, how many rational roots does the equation h of x equals 0 have? Explain your answer. All right? So I think it's a good question. It's not like a rote question. It's a good question to consider. And what I want to do is go to the whiteboard. And I want to try to do that at the whiteboard. So let me go to the whiteboard. And I'll write down what they're saying. And again, I got the question in front of me. They said when h of x is divided by g of x, that there would be a quotient, and there would be a remainder. That remainder is going to be divided by g of x, by the way. And they go on to say that q of x is equal to r of x. All right? That's an important fact. All right. The other thing I mentioned over here is I could say h of x is equal to q of x plus, I'm sorry, made a mistake already. Let me get my thing out. I'm always losing things here. Oh, it's right over there. Sometimes I can't see what I'm doing. Go backwards. All right, let me just put this on the side. So g of x plus r of x. All right. Now, by the way, I know q of x and r are the same, so I could write this down as q of x, g of x, plus q of x. And again, the reason for that, this is over here. Again, I'm just kind of reading through the problem at this point. I'm not doing any really substantial work at this point. So q of x is equal to g of x plus 1. All right? So let's get to the question. The question is find the quotient. All right, when h is divided by g. Let's write this down. So I'll write down g first. And again, I'm reading the question. And g is going to be x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x minus 1. And this is the tough part. I'm going to write this down now. Before I do, I want to check and read the question again. X cubed, 5x squared, minus 12x minus 1. And let me put the h of x down now. That's going to be 3x4. Leave a little space over here. Plus ax cubed. Leave a little space over here. Minus 16x squared. Leave a little space, bx. And then plus c. All right, let's find a multiple that's going to match that 3x4. And that would be 3x then. Now, by the way, I've had a chance to read the exams, by the way, and with students' work. And what I say is, you know, they're not native speakers of English, but they have to answer in English. And their ability to communicate is quite good, by the way. So I'm going to write this one over here, 3x4. That's a direct match, by the way. Now here comes the tough part. I'm going to get plus 15x cubed. And then what do you get? You get minus 36x squared. And then you're going to get minus 3x. All right? Subtract, and what are you going to get? You're going to get a minus 15 x cubed. Over here, you're going to get plus 20 x squared. And over here, you're going to get, that's b, by the way. Looks like the number 6, the numeral 6. And minus 3 is plus 3. Then I get plus c. We're going to repeat. And the repeat over here is plus. That's going to be a minus 15. All right? And that's going to be my quotient. I just don't know what a is at this point. And I'm going to just multiply it out. What do you get? You're going to get a minus 15 x cubed all right, plus, well, you can get 5a, and 5 times minus 15 is minus 75. All right. Next up, minus 12, a minus 15, x, and last place you get minus a minus 15. All right? Oh boy, got to do this now. And looking at it, what are you going to get? You're going to get 20 minus 5a plus 75 x squared. Then you're going to get this over here. You get plus b plus 3 plus 12 a minus 15 x. And then you're going to get, let me just make sure I'm not doing. And then you get plus c plus a minus 15. All right? So a couple of things I could do about this over here, and certainly I could figure out, there's equating coefficients over here. I could figure out some of the details about the constants. And I'm gonna do it all. So looking at this over here, these two have to be equal. Well, that means the coefficient of x squared has to be 0. So I'll write that down first. That'll be 95 minus 5a would have to equal 0. So I'm doing this over here. This has to be 0 for that to agree. And looking at that, 95 would equal 5a. And then you divide both sides by 5, and you would get 19. All right? Now, by the way, I know the quotient now. I'm going to go further than that, though, but I could write the quotient down for you. And the quotient's the same thing as the remainder. As soon as how could you do that? I'm looking at it, it's 3x. The a is 19, and 19 minus 15 is 4. They did ask for that, and I'll put a box on that. But I'll be honest with you, I want to just see if I can do the other ones too, by the way. All right, so I know a. Let me put the b down, and it's going to be b plus 3 plus 12a minus 180. I'm doing this over here, by the way, and that's x. So what's x equal to? Well, the coefficient's 3, all right? I should say what's the coefficient is 3. Let me see if I did that right. B plus 3 plus 12. Yeah, I think I can do it. Let's put this down. So I'm going to get b plus, well, 12 times 19, right? And that's going to be minus 177 equals 3. Let me keep going through this. And I'm going to get b, let's do 12 times 19 now. 190 and 38, that's 228. And let's take a look at that. I'm going to write b down. I'm going to add this to both sides. That's 180 minus 228. So b is going to be minus 48. All right? And I think I can go for c now. And looking at it, let's write this down. So c plus a minus 15 has to equal a minus 15. Well, that's pretty easy. C is 0. All right? So if you wanted to, I don't think it's essential, but you could write h of x down now. What's it going to be? 3x4. And again, I got the question in front of me. And then it's going to be the a, which is 19 we determined. That's right over here. 19x cubed. And then minus 16x squared. And then it's going to be the bx. What was the b? The b was minus 48. And let's take a look. The c was 0. So I got h of x. But again, I don't think I really needed that. But I did get the answer, 3x plus 4. That's for a. This is the answer to a, part A. All right? Going to go to part B. And part B, what do I know about part B? Let's write this down. They asked me about the number of rational roots of this guy over here. Well, let me remind you, h of x, let me go back here and remind you what I said. It was equal to this over here. H of x is equal to this thing over here. Well, q of x, let's write that down. It was 3x plus 4. Again, I want to make sure you understand what we're doing over here. We're doing this over here. What's g of x? Well, just look back over the notes, by the way. And g of x is this thing over here. X cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x minus 1. And what are we doing over here? We're adding 1 to this. And h of x is 3x plus 4. This will be x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x. Well, this seems to be working out pretty nicely, by the way. And I'm going to get x, 3x plus 4. I factored the x out from this guy over here. What am I left off with? X squared plus 5x minus 12. All right? So the thing about this, how many rational roots, I'm going to write them down for you. X equals 0, that's a rational number. 3x plus 4 equals 0 when x equals minus 4/3. But I'm left with the problem over here. And I want to just briefly go through that with you. I'm wondering when does this equal 0? Well, it's quadratic form because I can't use my fingers to do that. That's going to be 2 minus 5 plus or minus, let's see, b squared 25 minus 4 times 1, which is 4, and then times minus 12 is going to be plus 48. Let's take a look at this over here. This is definitely an irrational number. And 25 and 48, 65, 73. Okay. There's 2 rational roots. And that's part B. And that's the work that supports part B, by the way. Thank you.